Snowfall still moving across the region. We have a alert day. More about this coming up for you in just a moment.
Right now this morning, winter weather is causing travel issues in La Crosse and throughout the country. And keeping warm during the cold weather, a La Crosse holiday tradition has a new look with today's eyepiece. And how to keep your heating bills down during the cold winter weather. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Brooklyn Hine. Alexandra is off today. It is Monday, December 29th. The time is 6 a.m. Let's bring in meteorologist Art Jarrett for a first look at our forecast. Well, Art, we sure got a helping of snow, huh?
Yeah, we did. And in fact, we'll see a little bit more. Right now, it's over areas by Onalaska, getting into areas also into portions of near at least up by Onalaska and then again up to Eau Claire as well. That's on the way here locally. Once we get into it here, let's take a quick peek at what's happening. We're going to a view here. We'll also see this continue on as we go into how this all shapes up for your day. You see the winter storm warning going on, hazardous road travel as well, blowing snow out there as well with low visibilities on the roadways, slick spots on the roads as well. You're seeing now that the up there by the Twin Cities and by Eau Claire, now the snow has backed off, believe it or not. In fact, it's going to hold on to that blizzard warning, still holding on to the areas down from Rochester going southward. In fact, that'll continue on. We, on the other hand, are in the pink. We have that winter storm warning that is in play until noon today. That will continue on for hazardous road travel as well as gusty winds up to 45 miles per hour plus in some cases. Down to the south as you get into Richland Center and then just south of Prairie du Chien, they're holding on now to at least, again, the winter weather advisory that is in play. And as we continue on, you'll see how this all plays out. Patchy blowing snow out there right now, holding on to until 9 a.m. Heavy at times for some folks. That'll continue to work southward as it continues to move into the area again. Holding on to blustery winds up to 40 miles per hour as we finish out the day once we get into the PM hours. Lows this morning are holding on to 13 to say about 12 degrees down to the south. You'll hold on to at least 14 as you get into Prairie du Chien as well as into La Crosse. We'll hold on to the day. You can see drier conditions out there by La Crosse, but that's going to change within the hour. Similar conditions for Eau Claire. They've dried out right now, but the roadways are still snowy out there as well. Winona has still had the snowfall. Now it's starting to back off as well as it works its way towards La Crosse and Holmen. We'll get into how this all shapes up for the day. When I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this all shapes up for your day. So please stick around.
Thank you, Art. Now, this winter mix is making it slippery out there for drivers. News 8 Now's Seth Padilla joins us from the Storm Runner with an update on the conditions. Good morning,
Good morning,
Seth.
Brooklyn. Right now, the snow is still coming down. And as you can see, we're on King Street, about to turn on 4th Street. I'll give you viewers a live look at the road conditions right now. There's a lot of people on the road right now, so traffic is a little bad, but not horrible. And as you can see on the road, the snow is making it hard to see what lane you are in, so be mindful of that. And as you can also see, we are turning onto the road. I encourage people to take their turns and stop slowly. We did see a car spin out on 3rd Street earlier, so be aware of that and make sure you are driving safe. And as Art has been mentioning throughout the shows today, the wind is strong, and we've been seeing some of the snow whipped up into the air, and that is impacting visibility for us a little bit. And the snow plows are out, and as you can see, they have their work cut out for them, but they overall are doing a great job and just trying to get to all of the roads. So I encourage people to be sure to give yourselves extra time on your commute today. Reporting live in La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, thank you, Seth. Stay safe out there. Well, with these conditions, what are crews advising? News 8 Now's JD McGee did a ride-along with a state trooper for a closer look.
Yeah, snow is really starting to come down. As you can see behind me, you can see snow is really starting to stick to the streets. And with how they travel picking up, crews say they're keeping an even closer eye on the road. As snow starts to move into the area, State Patrol says many winter crashes come down to one common mistake: drivers not adjusting to the road conditions.
The number one reason we see runoffs happen in adverse conditions is because people are going too fast for those conditions. It's just too dangerous to go the speed limit, which is set for a perfectly sunny day.
With many families driving back home after Christmas, State Patrol says where you drive can also make a big difference, especially outside of city limits.
People that do more inner city driving we see runoffs with on the interstate, because inner city there's more cars wearing down that ice, but out here on the open road there's no one breaking up that ice before you.
And if you do lose control, troopers stress that what you do next can be even more important.
If you do run off, do not get out of your car, because if you ran off, chances are someone else will run off at the same spot and can hit you. So stay buckled and in your vehicle.
Troopers say checking road conditions before heading out and planning ahead can really make a big difference. Reporting in La Crosse, JDS McGee, News 8 Now.
Local drivers are also advising residents to stay off the road unless necessary. Drivers are saying the conditions are slippery and difficult to navigate.
Slippery, and a few of my friends even got in an accident, so it's kind of so slippery and so bad. Yes, if you do not need anything or if you don't have any emergency, please stay in the house and be warm. This is not okay. It's a horrible situation.
Drivers add that they recommend taking it slow on the roads. Now, with the declared snow emergency comes alternate parking in La Crosse. On even-numbered dates, drivers are to park in front of even-numbered addresses. On odd-numbered dates, drivers are to park in front of odd-numbered addresses. The snow emergency began at midnight last night and will go on until 6 p.m. on Wednesday. The Minnesota Department of Transportation has issued a no travel advisory. The advisory is for all state and federal highways in southeast Minnesota. The Minnesota DOT says this is due to snow and wind conditions making travel dangerous. DOT officials also add that drivers are encouraged to alter their plans to avoid traveling during this winter weather. And as you're planning your week, for the latest updates on closings and delays, visit news8000.com. Just look for the weather tab and click closings and delays. Additionally, you can track weather conditions by downloading the First Warn Weather app. You can find it at the App Store or on Google Play. One person has died and another person is in critical condition after two helicopters collided and crashed in Hamilton, New Jersey. Just before 11:30 a.m. Sunday morning, the Hamilton Police Department said two helicopters crash landed. One of the helicopters was engulfed in flames, according to a statement from Hamilton Police. The FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board will be investigating the crash. Now, in happier news, the Minnesota Marine Art Museum in Winona is giving visitors a rare behind-the-scenes look at one of the longest paintings in the country. Curators are rewinding the second of 4 rolls of the Grand Panorama of a Whaling Voyage Around the World, a 325-foot section of a painting that stretches more than 1,200 feet in total.
You have to come here almost 40 times over the course of a year to see every section of it. So to have a painting that changes every time is a really unique experience for the visitors. It's also unique for us as the staff because we haven't seen these sections until we move it.
The 19th century panorama was originally created as a traveling moving show depicting a New Bedford whale ship sailing around the globe with scenes from ports like Brazil, Tahiti, and Hawaii.
You can think of it as a precursor of a movie. You go to a movie theater and see a movie. You go to a theater and see a moving panorama. And it's an exciting form of live entertainment.
Curators narrate the images as the canvas moves in reverse, giving visitors a chance to see the entire 325-foot roll in a single sitting. The Warrior Hot Chocolate stand has become a holiday tradition at La Crosse's Rotary Lights. This year, that tradition comes with a fresh look after the La Crosse Builders Association helped design a brand new stand with more room, extra storage, and an overall cozier feel. News 8 photographer Bree Gasper has this week's eyepiece.
It's just a staple that you gotta have. You're walking around, you're cold, you want to have your nice warm cup of cocoa as you're walking around. It's just a staple to have. I looked forward to this every year. I always make sure I'd have my family help out, and then once I grew up a little bit, I had my best friends help out.
And it's just really something I look forward to doing every year. Walking through the lights is nice, but knowing that I get to be a part of it and give back to the community while they have a great time down here, that's really why I love giving back to the community, coming down here, volunteering, selling the cocoa, knowing that I get to be a part of others' family traditions. It really makes it a good time.
I'm very happy with the new little setup. We have a little bit more distance. We can move around each other a little bit more. Where the other one was very, very tight, where you had to say, excuse me, or like sneaking by. It was quite bad.
When families come down, you see the long line and you think, oh my goodness, I don't want to wait for so long. But knowing that we can get cocoa out so much faster now, there's so much more room on the counters, and it does stay a lot warmer in there, and the space is nice, and I think it makes everything a bit more efficient as well. And Warriors is really like a second family to me, and it's a great group, and it's just really nice to be a part of something.
Well, that sure looks like a good cup of hot cocoa. Now, the holiday season is coming to an end, so there's only a few more days to stop by the hot chocolate stand. The last day to view the rotary lights will be on Wednesday, December 31st. Still ahead on your morning news, nearly 3,000 pounds of beef are being recalled. JetBlue is extending one of its programs, and what is crowd shipping and how it can help people with deliveries. And energy costs are rising as much as 9% from last year. We have tips to keep your heating bills down this winter. That and more coming up this morning. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Today is National Pot Pepper Day. Pepper pot soup is a highly seasoned soup prepared with peppercorns, meat, tripe, vegetables, and broth. The dish is also known as the Philadelphia pepper pot because it was brought to the area by people from Africa, the West Indies, and the Caribbean. Today is a great day, because it's cold out there, to warm up with this rich and spicy soup. For now, we leave you with a live look at our News 8 Storm Runner. If you're heading out this morning, make sure to take it slow out there. Conditions are looking slick. Pump those brakes if you're coming to a stop, and don't go anywhere. Your consumer news is after the break.
It's our huge last chance clearance sale at Slumberland. Big markdowns on clearance, floor models, and more. Plus up to 70% off list price. Check out the store for even more deals. Pay no interest for 36 months with approved credit. Only at Slumberland.
My mission has been a driving factor in my life. I feel the same way about Network Health. Their mission is to create healthy and strong Wisconsin communities. For over 41 years, they've been consistent showing up and helping people throughout Wisconsin. Living and working in the communities they serve explains the high-quality customer service. They're serving their friends, families, and neighbors. If you're looking for a health plan that recognizes you as a person, not a number, look no further than Network Health.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
During the GMC holiday event, get a total value of over $6,400 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus, get $3,500 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Hey, Dominic here to show you how to make an easy party mix using our original and garlic salt seasoning. Combine melted butter, Worcestershire sauce, garlic salt seasoning, and original seasoning. Mix with corn, rice, and wheat checks, mixed nuts, pretzels, and bagel chips. Cook at 250 for 1 hour, stirring every 15 minutes. You can even add caution seasoning if you want some heat. Get original and garlic salt seasoning and 38 other blends at our outlet store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. So where's the party?
Together, we're stronger.
Western works side by side with local employers to provide career-ready skills.
Together, we make a difference.
Western's 90-plus programs go hand in hand with today's job market.
Together, we're vital for our communities.
Our region's exceptional industries rely on Western grads. We're all in this together.
Together,
we are Western.
'Twas almost the holidays, and all through the house, our flooring looks terrible, like it was chewed on by a mouse. The throw rugs are placed on the bad spots with care, and hope Sealand's Carpetline would soon be there. The carpet is tattered, the tile unglued. Sealand's Carpetline will know what to do. Sealand's Carpetline, where #1 priority is you. Merry Christmas!
Last chance floor model closeout at Slumberland. Up to 70% off list on select mattresses, including 50% off Tempur-Pedic floor samples. Save up to $800 on select mattress sets. No interest for 36 months with approved credit at Slumberland.
In your morning consumer news, you may want to check your freezer. Mountain West Food Group is recalling nearly 3,000 pounds of raw ground beef products because the meat could be contaminated with E. coli. The recall includes 16-ounce packages of Forward Farms grass-fed ground beef, which were sent to distributors in at least 6 different states. The Department of Agriculture says no illnesses have been reported so far. Anyone with the recalled ground beef should throw it away or return it to the place of purchase for a refund. JetBlue has announced that its loyalty partnership with Japan Airlines will end next year. The air carrier said the change will not impact cash bookings made on Japan Airlines, though JetBlue's TrueBlue Rewards members won't be able to use their points to book Japan Airlines flights after March 31st of 2026. The loyalty partnership is winding down less than a year after it launched. And crowd shipping could make local deliveries easier. Crowd shipping is when you drop off someone else's package for them instead of hiring more drivers. Stores would rely on shoppers who are already in the store to help with delivery. Customers who opt in would receive a reward like a gift card for dropping off packages on their way home. Now, it definitely is the cold season, and the cost of heating a home is going through the roof, but there are steps you can take to try to keep your energy bills down. CBS Chicago's Usher Qureshi reports.
Bundle up. This winter has already been a cold one, and more frigid air is on the way.
I'm freezing. My nose hurts.
Heating bills are already climbing due to higher demand and delivery costs and surging power usage. Experts predict a more than 9% jump from last year, costing homeowners with electric heat more than $1,200 for the season and natural gas homeowners around $700.
In this home in particular, we can actually see there's holes here, and you can feel the cold air blowing through these gaps.
Building consultant Justin Castronova says homeowners can make fixes to lower energy costs.
Maintaining your weather stripping, caulking around the inside and outside with the appropriate caulk, because there is different kinds. And then around the outlets, you could spray foam around it after turning off the power, of course. And then they do make gasketed covers with a weather seal to minimize the drafts.
Another cost-saving upgrade, newer appliances.
And this unit is energy rated.
It's an upfront cost that saves you long-term.
Anywhere from $10 to $50 a month, depending on the size of the appliance and how many you have.
And in older homes, to help bring bills down, just look up.
In this attic in particular, there's not anywhere near enough modern insulation. You have about 1 to 2 inches, and normally I would want to see 1 to 2 feet.
Some utility companies will give you a free home energy audit or even incentives to help you make energy-saving upgrades. Usher Qureshi, CBS News, Chicago.
That's a look at your consumer news. Now let's send it over to News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett.
All right, a couple of changes here and there as we get back into it now, holding on to the possibility of this morning. The winter storm kicks in. Of course, hazardous travel due to roadways that have blowing snow out there. And of course, the low visibility is going to happen because of that. We have slick spots on the roadways as well as gusty winds I just mentioned. Those winds will get up to about 50 miles per hour, possibly coming out of the west and working into our region. And once we get in the afternoon, they'll drop down to about, say, 38 to about 40 miles per hour. We'll get into it, how this all shapes up for the day. We're looking at, once again, this is now come back again for Eau Claire, all the way into areas by the Twin Cities. This continues on this morning. That's going to go later on until about the noon hour, holding on to the possibility of this. Winter storm warnings in play. You're also going to be picking up that as we go right through the noon hour today as well. Then we take a look down to the south. You're holding on to that blizzard conditions. Now that's backing down now. It's kind of lowered a bit since we now have the winter storm advisory that's in play there. We'll also get into down to the south as well as to the east. We'll be picking that up as well, getting into areas down there as well for areas by just south of Prairie du Chien, and of course Richland Center is in that. Right now we're expecting more snow back for La Crosse as we get into the morning hours. Right now it's up there by Holman, continuing on, getting into areas from Winona, and as we take a look here, getting over to Eau Claire right now, they're going to go quiet for a while as we finish out with more snow possibly coming out of Bismarck in the next few hours here. We'll keep that as a mind, but you can see the snowfall is still blowing out there right now for Winona. It has 18 degrees out there showing right now, but 1 degree it feels like on your skin with 10 miles of visibility. Then we get into this. You're seeing that snowfall right there in the area here. We'll get a little bit closer to Winona, showing you how this all plays out. Some of this is also going into areas by Winona with a new batch coming in. Back over to Trempealeau, they were in and out of that. It's kind of tracked across the river now from them. Holman has still been in this since we've been looking at this for the early morning, since we started out this early morning. And then down to the south, you'll see that getting towards La Crosse. La Crosse is in a dry spot, but you can see it to the east as well as to the north, and then then eventually coming back again down to the south, getting into Vernon County. So as you can see, another widespread view of this. We'll take a peek. More snow is on the way coming out of the north from Edmonton, working on behind that as well is more on the way. Going to Regina there, getting back into areas by Winnipeg, and then eventually getting into areas right by Bismarck within the hour. We're holding on to Onalaska here. The roads look pretty good so far. 0 degrees it feels on your skin, but 17 degrees is what the forecast is right now, giving way to 6 miles of visibility. So a lot of snow has been on the roadway. We've already seen at least up to about 3 to about 5 inches of snow already here. Getting to Black River Falls, they're at 18 degrees. It feels like 6 degrees on your skin. 10 miles of visibility out there as well as we get a little bit further to the north and northeast. We'll hold on to all the snowfall that's coming in. You can see all the alerts that are in play. Once again, as I showed you, a wider view, not much happening across the west. In fact, they're expecting a little bit more so coming in from the north, but for now they're dry. Big dry slot coming in from Vegas, working towards between Denver and of course El Paso, working its way into St. Louis and then back out towards Toronto. That's going to slow up matters a little bit more so. There was some good thunderstorm activity, in fact maybe even a tornado or two going into areas right by Illinois yesterday. As we roll back into it here, get back to the zones, you're seeing at least 18 degrees in Mindoro, Shelby about 16 degrees, holding on to partly to mostly cloudy skies for the better part of the day. Eventually we'll see similar conditions. You get to La Crescent, you're looking at 16 degrees down to the south, 18 degrees once you get into areas by Prairie du Chien. Back over to La Crosse, 16 degrees for you again. And once you get back up to areas by Blair and all the way out to the east, you're seeing some breezy and gusty winds, but the winds will get lighter as you get into the northeastern portions of the area there, Almost Center as well as Black River Falls and then Warrens. The winds are a little bit lighter and of course a little bit less snow over there by Warrens. You get back up to the north, holding on to Ladysmith, drier conditions out there as well, but areas by Prairie du Chien, you're looking at, of course, some snowfall possibly, and of course finishing out with a little bit of wind gusts as well. Then we'll take it in how this all shapes up for the better part of the day. I've added more snow coming in for a 60% chance for tomorrow for Tuesday, then a 30% chance for Wednesday as we finish out 2025, then getting into drier conditions and sunshine on the way as well. Even though it's colder going into Thursday, you've got winds getting back, I should say, temperatures getting back again in the 20s and the 30s to finish out into next week. Be safe and have a wonderful day.
Coming up, a new study found that air pollution is linked with something surprising: low birth weight for babies. We have how expecting mothers can keep their pregnancies healthy. And if you're cold, so are your pets. We have tips for keeping your pets warm and healthy during this chilly time of year.
Coming up in sports, a look back to Saturday night's NFL action. The Packers suffered their 3rd straight loss when they took on the Baltimore Ravens. I got the details coming up in the Morning Blitz.
Time is running out at Howe's Diamond Jewelers in downtown La Crosse. These are the final days of the sale, with up to 80% off diamonds, gemstones, and gold jewelry. You won't see savings like this again, so come in now before it's all gone.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
I'm Tanya with Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks in Winona, Minnesota. Is your muffler loud or falling apart? Well, I'm here to let you know we have expanded our services with our new exhaust vendor. We can custom form exhaust to meet your needs. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
Really painful feet. I had no idea what was going on. It's hard to put in words how gratifying it is to have that kind of pain gone.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Time is running out at Howe's Diamond Jewelers in downtown La Crosse. These are the final days of the sale with up to 80% off diamonds, gemstones, and gold jewelry. You won't see savings like this again, so come in now before it's all gone.
Yeah, that's the stuff. The white stuff, to be exact.
Winter's here, and it looks like it's going to be a while.
It sure is. And don't forget, when it comes to winter's worst, expect more from the best. First Warn Weather. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. Saturday night marked the third straight loss for the Green Bay Packers as they got crushed in Lambeau 41-24 against the Baltimore Ravens. Jordan Love was out, which meant Malik Willis got the start. He played great. Unfortunately, he didn't get much help. Let's do a quick recap from that one. On Baltimore's first drive of the game, they would march down the field with ease as Derrick Henry took it in for a touchdown, and the Ravens took a 7-0 lead. So how would Malik Willis answer? Well, the Packers came out slinging it, facing a 1st and 20, but Willis finds Christian Watson for a 39-yard touchdown. That tied the game at 7, but the Baltimore offense was doing whatever they wanted. On the goal line again and again, Henry rushed it in. Ravens retook the lead. Then after the Packers got stuffed on 4th and 1, their next drive was disastrous as an early snap hit off of Willis's helmet and the Ravens would recover. But just before the half, Willis going to show off his run game, kept it himself and scored a 23-yard touchdown to put the Packers back within 6. But then the Ravens would go down the field in just over 60 seconds, capped off with another Henry touchdown. Ravens up 27-14 at the break. In the second half, Willis would score again using his legs. This would make it a 3-point game late in the third quarter. But after that, the defense couldn't get a stop, and the Ravens would put up 41 points as Derrick Henry finished the game with 216 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. It's hard to believe in the team after the last 3 weeks, but with the playoffs on the horizon, they're going to have to dig deep and find a way, or we'll see another early postseason exit.
You know, these are grown men, and I don't think they're going to shy away from this. Just knowing that group, we all got to just, I mean, it sucks, it hurts, it's extremely disappointing, but we all, each individual, have to look in the mirror and say, are we doing what we need to do on a daily basis to give us, our team, the best chance to go out there and compete?
Now, Willis played a great game. He certainly brought a different dynamic to the offense with his legs. But Love has also been great this season and has the second highest expected points added out of any quarterback in the league. The quarterback position is not the problem with the team right now. They struggle to run the ball, and the defense has been below average for much of the season. 2 things that won't get you very far in the playoffs. Packers will end their regular season next week when they take on the Minnesota Vikings. That's all for sports. We'll see you tonight.
I'm Angela from La Crosse Fire Paste Company. Come to our showroom and let your imagination run wild as you browse our huge selection of Heat and Glow fireplaces. Imagine a cold winter morning, hot cocoa, and the crackling and comfort of your Heat and Glow fireplace. It's the comfort of family and friends and the warmth of your Heat and Glow fireplace that makes this moment perfect. From our selection of fireplaces to our dedicated installers, you can feel the difference with us at La Crosse Fire Paste Company because your place is by the fire.
The best time to buy furniture is happening right now. The King Furniture 5-day year-end clearance sale. Shop store-wide savings as we clear out inventory and make room for new styles in 2026. You'll get the best savings of the year on bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, sofas, and more. Plus, save even more when you trade in your old furniture. We'll deliver the new and haul away the old for free. It's the King Furniture year-end clearance for 5 days only, now through Tuesday.
News 8 Now and Co-op Credit Union are taking part in Chase the Chill.
Chase the Chill is a project across North America that provides warm clothing to people in need. Scarves, hats, and gloves are hung on trees with notes on them, letting people know they can take them.
Co-op Credit Union and our community are conducting our own Chase the Chill campaign from December through February.
Together, we can keep our community warm this winter.
Make your donations of scarves, hats, and gloves at our La Crosse and Onalaska locations.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
During the GMC holiday event, get a total value of over $6,400 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus, get $3,500 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your Best Choice GMC dealer today.
In Winona, your perfect stay starts at Hotel 44 North. Stay in the heart of downtown with elegant rooms and spacious suites with kitchenettes, ideal for work, play, or a little of both. Wake up to breathtaking river and bluff views. Then hit the trail, shops, and waterfront just steps away. After the adventure, relax in the pool or sauna, recharge in the fitness center, or toast the night at Latitude Bar and Lounge. Hotel 44 North. Comfort, style, and hometown charm.
Dímelo, mi gente, it's Friday night y estamos activos. Head out early. Drinks going till 11 p.m. It's gonna be lit.
No sé qué pasó. I didn't even drink that much.
An alert day due to heavy blowing snowfall. More about that coming up for you in just a moment. Heavy snowfall to light snowfall working in the area. Why? Well, that's going to be the case. We've got this coming in from the northwest, and it continues to do so as we roll right through the morning hours. Now, we're in a kind of a break right now, or a lull, if you want to call it that, with more snow getting into Bismarck and eventually headed our way once again. We're holding on to those hazardous roadways, as I mentioned before, the low visibilities because of the blowing snow out there as well. We're also seeing slick spots also going to the intersection, so please be careful. I was driving once earlier going to an intersection. I stopped about 15 feet well before the intersection even began, and I slid right through that intersection. Of course, there was a semi coming the opposite direction, so please be careful out there. We're going to hold on to how this all shapes up for your day as we roll into it. The winter weather advisories, I'm going to back this up just a second. The winter weather advisories are in play. As you can see now, the more of the purple is up there to the north by the Twin Cities going to Eau Claire. That has changed because they've dropped down the blizzard warning now. The blizzard warning is down to the south by Rochester, going farther south as well to Decorah, and that continues there for areas just west of the river for us, getting into La Crosse. We have, again, the winter storm warning that is in play for dangerous road travel, as well as breezy and gusty winds. And of course, the snowfall is back on the way. Holding on to CityCam, you can see what it looks like outside right now. It looks quiet out there currently, but if you get to areas by Eau Claire, they're quiet as well now that their alert has been kind of dropped somewhat. You're also holding on to folks doing pretty well on the roadways, but Winona has been in it all since this morning, since the 2 o'clock a.m. in the slot here. When I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this all shapes up with more snow going towards Holman and then eventually towards La Crosse on the way. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Art. Now, this winter mix is making it slippery out there for drivers. News 8 Now's Seth Padilla joins us from the Storm Runner with an update on road conditions. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Brooklyn. So right now the snow is still coming down, and for all the viewers watching, I want to give you guys a live look at the road conditions at this moment. So right now we are in La Crosse driving on Kane Street, and it looks like the plows have made their way to some of these residential streets, although with the snowfall it's kind of hard to tell because they could have been here 2 hours ago, and because of the snow it doesn't look as plowed. And as you can see, the snow is making it hard to see what lane you are in, so please be mindful of that. And the road is also slippery, and it does does have some ice, so make sure you are driving slow, especially when you're making those turns and coming to a full stop. And also give yourself more space when you do drive behind cars. You don't want to rear end someone or have someone rear end you. And the wind is also strong today, and we have been seeing some of the snow being whipped up into the air, and that's impacting some of the visibility when we have been driving this morning. And the snow plows are out, and as you can see, they have their work cut out for them, but overall they are doing a great job. So be sure to give yourself extra time on your commute today. Reporting live in La Crosse, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now This Morning.
All right, thank you, Seth. Now stay safe on those roads. Well, with these conditions, what are crews advising? News 8 Now's JDS McGee did a ride along last night with a state trooper for a closer look.
Yeah, snow's really starting to come down. As you can see behind me, you can see snow's really starting to stick to the streets. And with how they travel picking up, crews say they're keeping an even closer eye on the road. As snow starts to move into the area, State Patrol says many winter crashes come down to one common mistake: drivers not adjusting to the road conditions.
The number one reason we see runoffs happen in adverse conditions is because people are going too fast for those conditions. It's just too dangerous to go the speed limit, which is set for a perfectly sunny day.
With many families driving back home after Christmas, State Patrol says where you drive can also make a big difference, especially outside of city limits.
People that do more inner city driving we see runoffs with on the interstate, because inner city there's more cars wearing down that ice, but out here on the open road there's no one breaking up that ice before you.
And if you do lose control, troopers stress that what you do next can be even more important.
If you do run off, do not get out of your car, because if you ran off, chances are someone else will run off at the same spot and can hit you. So stay buckled and in your vehicle.
Troopers say checking road conditions before heading out and planning ahead can really make a big difference. Reporting in La Crosse, JDS McGee, News 8 Now.
Local drivers are also advising residents to stay off the road unless necessary. Drivers are saying the conditions are pretty slippery and difficult to navigate.
Slippery, and a few of my friends even got in an accident, so it's kind of so slippery and so bad. Yes, if you do not need anything or if you don't have any emergency, please stay in the house and be warm. This is not okay. It's a horrible situation.
Drivers add that they recommend taking it slow out on the roads. Now, with the declared snow emergency comes alternate parking in La Crosse. On even-numbered dates, drivers are to park in front of even-numbered addresses. On odd-numbered dates, drivers are to park in front of odd-numbered addresses. The snow emergency began at midnight last night and will go until 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Now, the Minnesota Department of Transportation has issued a no travel advisory. The advisory is for all state and federal highways in southeast Minnesota. The Minnesota DOT says this is due to snow and wind conditions making travel dangerous. DOT officials also add that drivers are encouraged to alter their plans to avoid traveling during this winter weather. And as you're planning your week, for the latest updates on closings and delays, you can visit news8000.com. Just look for the weather tab and click closings and delays. Additionally, you can track weather conditions by downloading the First Warn Weather app. You can find it at the App Store or on Google Play. One person has died and another person is in critical condition after two helicopters collided and crashed in Hamilton, New Jersey. Just before 11:30 a.m. Sunday morning, the Hamilton Police Department said two helicopters crash landed. One of the helicopters was engulfed in flames, according to a statement from Hamilton Police. The FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board will be investigating the crash. Now, in happier news, the Minnesota Marine Art Museum in Winona is giving visitors a rare behind-the-scenes look at one of the longest paintings in the country. Curators are rewinding the second of 4 rolls of the Grand Panorama of a Whaling Voyage Around the World, a 325-foot section of a painting that stretches more than 1,200 feet in total.
You have to come here almost 40 times over the course of a year to see every section of it. So to have a painting that changes every time is really a unique experience for the visitors. It's also unique for us as the staff because we haven't seen these sections until we move it.
The 19th century panorama was originally created as a traveling moving show, depicting a New Bedford whale ship sailing around the globe with scenes from ports like Brazil, Tahiti, and Hawaii.
You could think of it as a precursor of a movie. You go to a movie theater and see a movie. You go to a theater and see a moving panorama, and it's a exciting form of live entertainment.
Curators narrate the images as the canvas moves in reverse, giving visitors a chance to see the entire 325-foot roll in just a single sitting. A mother's exposure to air pollution can lead to a baby being born with a low birth rate. A study published in JAMA found that fine particulate matter in the air is linked with low birth weight, which is a risk factor for infant death and several health conditions later in life. The risk is especially high during early and mid-pregnancy. Popular weight loss drugs could help overweight kids who suffer from asthma. A study published in JAMA found GLP-1 medications were beneficial in relieving the symptoms of obesity-related asthma. Children who took the medications experienced fewer asthma attacks and fewer visits to the emergency room linked to asthma. Now, it's definitely getting colder outside, and if it's dangerous outside for humans, that means it's also dangerous outside for our pets. Michael George shows us how to keep our dogs and cats safe during this winter weather.
Girl. Mo Hussein just started fostering 8-year-old Princess, and he noticed right away that because she's a short-haired breed, she was more sensitive to the cold.
You can tell when Princess is cold.
Yeah, so you start seeing signs if you're looking. They might curl up a little tighter, or you'll see a little bit of shaking and shivering in the rear legs, things like that.
With temperatures dropping, it's a good reminder that just because our furry friends have fur, that doesn't mean they're safe in the cold.
Cold weather can be very dangerous for animals.
Julie Castle, CEO of Best Friends Animal Society, an animal welfare organization, says anytime it's below 20 degrees, cats and dogs are vulnerable to frostbite and even death.
If it's below 20 degrees, if you have little booties that you can put on your dog's feet, use those.
Animals' paws, ears, and noses are the most vulnerable to cold. You should limit walks outside to the bare minimum. And when you get back inside, check your pet's paws for salt used to melt the snow.
Snow melt can be poisonous to a lot of animals. And so make sure that you wipe their paws, wash their paws off after they get outside from a long walk.
And a warning, even if you're not a pet owner, in the winter, cats often seek out the warmth of a car engine.
So if you're going to get in your car and go somewhere, make sure that you tap on the hood. I even pop my hood just to make sure there are no animals underneath there.
Mo says Princess loves her outdoor time, but he always makes sure she's warm.
Dogs in particular are so stoic. They deal with so much pain without letting you know that anything's wrong, so it's really good to keep an eye on them.
A good reminder that a warm pet is a happy pet. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And some more advice: keep your dogs leashed when it's snowing. The snow can disrupt their sense of smell and make it easy for them to get lost. Coming up next in your Buzz Report, a recap of recent box office hits. We'll have a look at how Avatar: Fire and Ash, Marty Supreme, and Zootopia 2 are doing in theaters after the break.
Ashley's New Year's Bash is back. Ring in the savings with Hot Buy starting at just $2.99 or save up to 25% off your entire purchase. Plus, get free white glove delivery when you shop New Year's Day. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Everybody's friendly, and if you've got problems or need some help, they'll pitch in.
All the things I used to do before I came here, I still do. It gives you freedom and a little happiness.
You don't have to shovel, you don't have to mow.
I would recommend this place highly. We looked at several, and this was the top of my line. The meals, everything is just, it's great.
For over 40 years, Lacrosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery. Is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time.
Hey, Dominic here to ask, do you love salt but need to cut back on all that sodium? Mini Mini Salt by Pleasing is the answer, and it's recommended by doctors and dietitians for those on low sodium diets. It tastes like regular salt but with so much less sodium. Use it just like your table salt. Great on corn on the cob, tomatoes, watermelon, and yeah, you could even use it on French fries and everything else you love to salt. Be sure to get your Mini Mini Salt by Pleasing and 40 other blends at the Pleasing Outlet Store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. Get out of here.
At Clayson Buick GMC, we're proud to offer quality Buick and GMC vehicles built for your life's journey. Whether you're looking for a brand new ride or a certified pre-owned vehicle, our expert team is here to guide you every step of the way. With flexible financing options tailored to fit your budget, driving your dream car is easier than ever. And our experienced service technicians keep your vehicle running smoothly, long after you drive off the lot. Clayson Buick GMC. Quality vehicles, trusted service, and financing that works for you. Visit us today.
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes, those with a special kind of courage or ability, those saving the day, one person at a time. News 8 Now wants to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Right now at your local Ashley, shop the New Year's Bash and save up to 25% off your entire purchase. And pay over time with no interest for 5 years with no money down. Ashley's New Year's Bash is here only for a limited time, so don't miss out.
All right, welcome back as we get into it here. Winter storms going on right now through this morning. In fact, we're also seeing a bit of a change. We lost some of that winter storm warning that was in play for most of the areas by Minnesota. It's still going on to areas down to the south as you get down to areas by Rochester. But for now, I'll show you that in a bit. But holding on to this, travel due to snowfall that will be blowing. Of course, that's the main hazard right now. Low visibilities on the roadways, as Seth has mentioned already. Slick spots on the roadways, as you saw Jadius and both Seth mentioned that as well. And then, of course, gusty winds. That'll be for all areas, especially once we get into the late morning hours into the afternoon when those roadways start to get a little bit on the warmer side. Holding on today, though, we've got the winter storm warning that's in play. Now, that mostly is up to the north there. You can see the northeast out of the area there right now, and then eventually you're going to be seeing down to the south. The blizzard warning, that now has been kind of moving out of the way. It's mostly down to the south there as you get into Mankato, and eventually more widespread is the advisory that kicks in. That's probably going to go till about 9 o'clock, but for now, actually till noon for the day. You can see it's more widespread across the region. Holding on to the possibility of this, though, and the snow is on the way for La Crosse, believe it or not. It's coming out of Winona, which is actually kind of ramped up its snowfall right now. Eventually, it's quiet. Most of the snow now is backed away from Eau Claire. You've even seen clouds start to break apart there, getting into mostly cloudy skies possible for this morning. Now, you get to Winona, you're seeing now it's more of still like a blizzard type situation where you're holding on to some breezy and gusty winds. You've got the cloudiness out there, 17 degrees. It feels like -1 degree now on your skin, and 3 miles of visibility there, about 7 miles earlier, remember? Holding on to that, you can see more of that snowfall is coming in out of the north. We're also going to be seeing, as I get a little bit closer to you, Rochester, to Winona, and La Crosse, where we dig in a little bit more. So you're looking at Winona right there. That's where that I just showed you there. And they're looking pretty good with the snowfall. Trempealeau, not so much, but once you get down to areas by La Crosse, this keeps moving. The last time I showed you this had La Crosse in the crosshairs of all that snowfall. Holman was in that as well. As of course, you can see what's going on there as well. And you can see that slipping out, going to areas down to the west, eventually into the east. In fact, you'll see that as we go through it. Right now, Onalaska should be in this as well, but they're holding on to a little bit, maybe some lighter snow that you can't see right now, but that will pick up. We'll hold on to Black River Falls. They're 16 degrees right now. Feels like 2 degrees out there, 10 miles of visibility. Roadways are doing quite well out there right now. As we get into it, I've got all the alerts that are underneath all this snowfall and cloud cover right now. But to take a look at what's happening, the main bulk of that snow is already tracked out to the lakes. Not much happening here. As you can see, a little bit of a break right now for pretty much that. But you're seeing snow start to work in its way down into Northern California. And eventually you're going to see more of that drier air kicking in from Vegas all the way into Los Angeles as well. That kicks in all the way to St. Louis and then back out to areas just east of Chicago going towards Toronto. Now that is drying everything out, believe it or not. That's why we've got the snowfall, believe it or not, with all that warmth air that is out there. You're seeing conditions like this today, mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies right now, getting into it as we finish out. As we go up down to the south, you'll see Prairie du Chien, partly cloudy skies, holding on to at least 18 degrees out there. And then eventually as we get into the afternoon, you're going to see better conditions as well working into the region. La Crosse will be cloudier skies with snowfall on the way as we get back into it. A little less up there by Osseo there, but still holding on to the snowfall despite having only partly cloudy skies. We'll get into Eau Claire. You're looking at least possibly breezy and gusty winds, a little bit on the drier side. Similar conditions all the way up to the north as you get into Ladysmith as well. We'll get into the highs for Monday. We're looking at least 14 to 18 degrees in the forecast, 16 for La Crosse, and about 14 or so as you get into Eau Claire. Then we'll take it into how this all looks as we go into the next few days, my friends, as we carry over to how this all shapes up. We'll look right in here, holding on to how this all shapes up. Alert day for this morning, you can see with cloudier skies, 100% chance of snowfall. Then more snow coming in for tomorrow, 60% chance, turning into a 30% chance to finish out 2025 for Christmas Eve. We'll also see as we go, I should say New Year's Eve. And then as we get into Thursday and Friday, sunnier skies will prevail, a little bit on the colder side, then warming it back up to 20 degrees or so. And eventually we'll get to warmer conditions or milder conditions as we finish out going into your weekend. Be safe and have a lovely day.
In your Morning Buzz report, French actress and animal rights activist Brigitte Bardot has died. The Bardot Foundation released a statement announcing Bardot has died at the age of 91. Her role in the 1956 film And God Created Woman made her popular amongst many in the 1950s and 60s. In later years, Bardot left acting and focused on promoting animal rights. Avatar Fire and Ash is burning up the Christmas box office with $88 million in ticket sales over the 4-day weekend. Marty Supreme smashed expectations with the Timothée Chalamet-led indie biopic, picking up $27 million for its extended weekend debut. And Zootopia 2 continued its blockbuster run with another $25 million in sales.
You're quite the teacher.
You are perhaps the most intriguing person I've ever met.
There's more than a hint of Cinderella in the official trailer for season 4 of Bridgerton, as Benedict Bridgerton searches for the mysterious lady in the silver gown who stole his heart. Bridgerton returns to Netflix January 29th. The Billboard 200 album chart is ending 2025 on a familiar note. Taylor Swift's The Life of a Showgirl notched its 11th week at #1. Swift's only album to surpass that was last year's The Tortured Poets Department, which was #1 for 17 weeks. Now, before we head to break, it's time to take a look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Doug is 88. He loves farming and spending time with his family.
Happy birthday, Doug. Now, if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Yeah, that's right. Just upload the photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on our website.
Now, stay with us. We've got what you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is next.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up?
Of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat?
Dude, it's 85 degrees.
85? Do you have any idea what a couple degrees will do to our gas bill?
Why is it so hot here?
Someone turned up the heat.
What do you think you're doing?
I like to sleep with my window open.
You are not supposed to touch a thermostat.
I'm a martial artist, a skydiver, a pilot, and all of them require your feet to work. Get up in the morning and it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel. When I went into the Good Feet store, the fitting was personalized. It was all about me. You put in the arch supports and your day becomes better and the sun shines, the unicorns run by, and you know, it's a good life. I'm Randy and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Gillette Labs is just a fancy-looking Fusion 5? No, it ain't. It's Gillette's best shave. And its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer. Hey, Joe, come feel my cheeks.
Dad.
Gillette, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
Ooh, stuffed up again?
So congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Just Sinex? Breathe. What is... Wow. Sinex? Breathe. Ah.
The best time to buy furniture is happening right now. The King Furniture 5-day year-end clearance sale. Shop store-wide savings as we clear out inventory and make room for new styles in 2026. You'll get the best savings of the year on bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, sofas, and more. Plus, save even more when you trade in your old furniture. We'll deliver the new and haul away the old for free. It's the King Furniture year-end clearance for 5 days only, now through Tuesday.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
It's definitely going to be a snow that's going to pile up.
Yeah, that's the stuff. The white stuff, to be exact.
Winter's here, and it looks like it's going to be a while.
It sure is. And don't forget, when it comes to winter's worst, expect more from the best. First Warn Weather.
A major snowfall event.
Travel will be hazardous, sometimes impossible at times.
But man, I tell you what, we have bitter cold conditions come in as we go through Wednesday afternoon. Snowfall continues across most of the area. We still got the alert day just for that.
First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
First Warn Weather on News 8 Now. Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
There's a farm in Blacksburg, Virginia that offers you the opportunity to spend the morning drinking hot chocolate with Highland cows. Whiskey Spring Farms hosts Cocoa and Cows to give people a chance to get out of the house and be active in the community during the cold winter months. The money for this event goes directly towards keeping the farm going and the cows healthy.
The snow is still coming down, and right now I want to give the viewers at home a live look at the road conditions, so I'm going to switch the camera over right now. So right now we are on Main Street in Onalaska, and as you can see, the snow is making it hard to see what lane you are in, so be mindful of that. Right here, it's not horrible. It's a little slippery with the road conditions, but in other places like residential, it can get pretty bad, but be sure to give yourself extra time on your commute today. Reporting live from Onalaska, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, the alert day continues on for this morning, though, but it is continuing to weaken, though, as that most of the snow is out of the region. That will be for all areas, of course, that hazardous travel, as Seth has just mentioned. We'll get into all the alerts that are in play, finishing out mostly around the noon hour for the winter weather advisory. And as we get into it here, we'll see the possibility of more snow coming in for the next couple.
All right, thank you, and thank you for waking up with us. We'll see you right back here at noon.